Welcome back to our Tuesday book reviews. Today's one is going to be a little bit different compared to our new usual ones. This week's is on Dr. Aaron Horschig's Rebuilding Milo book. So today's a little bit different because this is a little bit more of a DIY do-it-yourself book as opposed to a kind of compelling story or something, along those lines that we've previously done. So this one is a book, Aaron. It's the lifter's guide to fixing common injuries and building a strong foundation for enhancing performance. So today, instead of just talking to you what the book is about, because there's practical self-assessments and then rebuilding processes in this book, I thought it'd be a little bit better because I'm experiencing knee pain. If you're regular viewers of the channel will know, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to put it into practice and see what happens. Okay, so this is me doing the assessments. So you first get the book, skip to the knee pain chapter. First thing you start off with is double leg bodyweight squat. Slow down, pause in the bottom, and you just look for a couple of reps, see what happens. So see, is there knee pain, ankle arch collapse, is there any hip movement? You can see I have a little bit of hip shift to the right, which we'll get to later. Next thing we move on to is a single leg squat. See, is there any knee instability? Is there any inwards knee travel? How much did the pain increase? So my right leg, which is the least sore knee, I was able to do 3 reps. Not much instability. So pretty good on that front, which I would hope after this many years of squatting. So knee travel is quite good. However, moving on to the very sore leg, the very sore knee, moving on to my left knee. So the first rep, I can't even do a full pistol, it's so sore. So the pain is somewhere in the region of like 7 to 8 out of 10. Trying a second rep here, try to get a little bit lower, but the pain is still quite high. So again, knee stability, although the pain is high, the knee stability is quite solid on these, which is reassuring, which means it's probably something else. I made myself go back and do a full rep, even though it was excruciating, but I wanted to see what happened. Was there any arch clap or any knee instability? But there wasn't. So again, you're just kind of eliminating parts here. So then you look from the sides to see, is there a coordination issue? So do you have excessive forward knee travel, which isn't what's recommended? So you want to have equal hips and knees traveling optimally. So we move to my sore leg. Obviously, there's going to be no forward knee travel here because huge amounts of knee pain. But on the coordination front of my right hand side, it's not an issue, so I think we can kind of eliminate that. So what we're really looking at is either is a tendonitis or a mobility issue. So you can see here, internal rotation is quite decent on the right hand side. External rotation is fucking terrible. So you can move here to the left hand side. So internal rotation, a little bit more to my right hand side, and then a lot more external rotation compared to my right hand side. So here we've highlighted a big issue. You actually need to do these with a partner, but again, you're just looking to highlight the issue, and we can see we have an issue. Whoop, OnlyFans shot, shit, ignore that. So then we move on to the ankle mobility. So you assess side from side, the kneeling wall test. So you go approximately 5 inches from the wall. Now, I know my right hand side is tighter because I've done this already, I can feel it, but I was not able to touch the wall. So I was about 2 fingers width away from the wall. So my left knee is actually, you'll see in a second, is more mobile. So I'm almost able to touch the ball depending on how strict you are with the heel raise. So my left knee is a lot sore than my right knee, and it's more mobile, which would make you think it's taking a lot more load in the squats, which is definitely an issue to be highlighted. And then we have a discrepancy from side to side in terms of mobility. So we can really see starting to highlight a lot of issues here. So left hand side, going 5 inches from the wall, and I'm almost able to touch it, or if I lean forward just a teeny little bit, I'm able to touch the wall. So there's a big discrepancy. So what you're looking for is while I have good ankle mobility on both sides, what you're looking for is a difference from side to side. Next, we move on to the low tolerance test. So these should get sore as I do more jumps if it's a tendon issue. And these didn't get sore, which was very reassuring. They were just mildly sore and stayed mildly sore. So then we moved on to single leg. So again, just a different variation of the low tolerance test if you go by the book. And either side wasn't more or less sore than the other side. So which is probably a good thing. So we're looking realistically here, we're starting to see that it's a mobility issue. So it's not a load issue and it's not a coordination issue. It's something is kind of fucked up in my mobility. So single leg glute bridge test. So what you're looking for here is it should be all glutes contracting these and you shouldn't feel anything else. I've been doing these for a while though, so it's a little bit skewed for this test. So then after even the test, you can see I can do a full pistol on my left leg because my left knee was so sore and so tight, or both sides were so tight, whatever the issues were, that the tests themselves in my hip mobility was enough to elicit a positive change. So that's pretty reassuring. So this is the day after. This is what I did yesterday evening and I did this morning. Was assisted hip airplane. So you'll see all this in the book if you get it. So you should be able to do these freestanding, which I cannot. I absolutely cannot do them freestanding. So really what you're trying to do is open up your hips. I pause at the top a little bit just to make sure I'm getting a nice little stretch and not rushing through it. So I did 5 either side. Hopefully I'll progress to doing these unassisted. So, you know, when I see things like this that you're so shit at, that should be very easy, it's great because it means you have a lot of easy ground to make up if you stay consistent with them and you see some positive changes. Next, we move on to the kind of the hip opener with the goblet squat. So just driving my knees out with my elbows. This one feels really nice, and obviously it's kind of a little bit more specific to the squat. It's bilateral though, so you want to make sure you're doing kind of unilateral stuff, and Aaron highlights a lot of that in the book. What I'm missing is the resistance band for some of the hip opening stuff, but I must get one of those. And then finally, this is the most excruciating one for me. I can't even get, this is the tighter side this is the more mobile side, my left hand side. So this was very sore. I can't even get, like, if you see someone who can do these properly, you'll see how much of a difference is between theirs and mine. So this is the tighter side, you see, is excruciating. So there's a lot to work on. So I hope that was a little bit more informative. So obviously I could have just talked through the book and kind of said what it was about, but it was a lot better to take this opportunity to go through my fucking issues and see what happens. So I've been using this for the last couple of weeks on my athletes, and I don't know why I just never went through it myself. So there you go. So lesson learned. So now at the moment, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about my knee pain. I was literally talking to Fitz yesterday about, you know, I'm probably going to have to take a step back from training, and I'd kind of decided that I would do the assessments in the book, but realistically I'm probably going to have to take between 3-4 weeks or more and take a step back and kind of do an audit of what's wrong with my lower body and wrong with my knees and fix it, because right now I'm not able to get a good run at training and I'm only flogging a dead horse at some stages because I can't even get through full sessions with knee pain. So the fact that I was able to highlight the issues and able to do a single leg squat without pain is very reassuring that we've something to work on. So right now I may not need to do that again. However, as weightlifters often are, I'm very superstitious, so touching wood, so I'm not going to count my hens before they hatch. So this evening I'll go do a weightlifting session, keep up my hip mobility, and hopefully I won't have to step back. So regardless, we'll see how we progress over the next few days. Obviously I have huge issues there. You know, the book is a testament. Aaron is someone who's helped me a lot over the last few years with injuries anyway. We've had him on the podcast, you know, just to make it clear, like, Aaron sent the book to me, but if you've seen in the book reviews we've done already, we don't review bad books. So if this was a bad book, you would have just never seen a review from it. Aaron didn't ask us to do a review. He literally sent the book just to raise awareness about it. We had him on the podcast with it. He described it as something that he wanted lifters and athletes to be able to take off the shelf, go, what's wrong with my hips or what's wrong with my knees, flick through it, have practical assessments, find out what the issue is, know what the issue is, and then make a game plan how to fix that. And that's certainly what it is. You know, it's a testament, Aaron. I can't recommend it enough. I'm so happy that I might have a fix for it, because if you've been watching my training vlogs, you know I've been bothered by lower body issues. At this stage, it probably looks like that hip mobility was hugely related to the hamstring issue I was having. It'd be crazy to think it wasn't. So I'm very optimistic, but I will remain realistic for the time being and tentatively see what happens with my training and keep up my hip mobility stuff. So definitely recommend the book, guys. Aaron's a great guy, so helpful. If you could leave, comment, like, subscribe. We're nearly at 10,000 subscribers, so help us get there a little bit faster. Any suspicious / algorithm comments are always appreciated. I really feel like you will get value from this, you know, and a lot of people have enjoyed a lot of the books we've reviewed already. So this is another one that is Everything Gets Hurt, and I can't recommend this enough. Thanks for watching.